On to you, Sagittarius. You have the King of Cups, the King of Swords, and then you, Sagittarius, have the Hierophant. These three cards right here for you, Sagittarius, speaks to how a lot of you are moving forward. A lot more of you, Sagittarius, have a lot more spiritual insight. You're not the same way that you used to be, to where if something would have happened, if somebody would have played with your mind, right, they would have basically tug on your ego. You're not the same type of Sagittarius that would get upset. And then you have the mentality of you have to show somebody something. That's not it. The Hierophant represents how a lot of you are, you've gained a lot of spiritual insight. The Hierophant represents Taurus and Sagittarius anyway. So you're really in your own element where, not only that too, but I'm also seeing how like, not only are things have turned around well for you because a lot of you Sagittarius have learned how to communicate more with your head and your heart together. Because see, Sagittarius is a zodiac sign that's really difficult. I'm not even going to lie. It's difficult to get close to Sagittarius because Sagittarius likes to, a lot of you like to, basically you Sagittarius like to, you don't want to put your heart into a lot of things, specifically people, because you feel like you'll potentially get hurt. And what I'm trying to say to you is that that's not necessarily always the case, right? I'm not going to sit here and say that people are not out here to get you, but not everyone is. And not only that, but also the Hierophant represents much more spiritual understanding, not just in that area, but in all areas. See, a person can't say that they're spiritual, but then they're only spiritual in one element. That doesn't happen. If you saying that you're spiritual, that spirituality has to flow over. What is going on with this thing? That spirituality has to essentially flow over in all different areas or many different areas of your life, right? See, because you got a lot of people who will say that they're spiritual, and it's like, but has this affected anything, right? So there's a lot more spiritual understanding that a lot of you Sagittarius have gained, a lot more spiritual insight. And it's because of that it's touched different parts of your life and it's made it better. The Ace of Wands and the Six of Wands represents, namely when it comes to being able to control yourself, being able to discipline yourself, being able to, I should say, walk away from any kind of situation that really shows you that it's really not for you. So in other words, you Sagittarius could be out here trying to get to know people and get to know them, but it's like you will stay. You know, you'll stay. You'll kind of be caught up in the roller coaster ride of the emotionalism, right? Because you feel you need to feel something, you know. Sagittarius, you know, y'all are as intelligent as y'all are, and you Sagittarius are very intelligent. You obviously still have feelings, right? You're not robots. You're not androids, obviously. So sometimes you can get caught up with the you can get enraptured or caught up with the idea of like the roller coaster of it. Because look, Sagittarius is a mischievous zodiac sign. My brother's a Sagittarius. I have a brother that's a Sagittarius. I have a brother that's a Taurus. Sagittarius is a mischievous zodiac sign. Okay? Dry bones. Y'all know I'm going to say what it is. So y'all can get caught up in the foolishness sometimes. But I'm saying, because you want to see if the person is going to turn their life around. You want to see if the person is actually going to do right by you. But when they don't, it's like, you should have listened. What is going on? You should have listened to your intelligence. You Sagittarius are like, you should have listened to your intelligence. You should have listened to the part of yourself where it is that you understood that it was time for you to get out. that kind of instinct and intuition, you Sagittarius are learning to actually listen to and actually get out in the first sign of trouble. When you start to see this stuff become a serious problem, right? When you start to understand them. Now, granted, a person can learn, grow, change. So I'm not saying that I'm not encouraging leaving people alone just at any kind of first sign of trouble. Oh, this person snores too loud. Oh, I gotta go ahead and get up on out of here. I didn't say all that. I'm not saying all that. What I'm saying is that I didn't say all that. What I'm trying to say is that something that you can legitimately see is a serious issue. So you're learning how to be a better problem solver. You Sagittarius are learning how to be a better visionary. You're looking at it and you're saying to yourself, if you get to know this person and this person is a little bit inconsiderate, you Sagittarius are weighing that, like, is being with an inconsiderate person that's going to kind of put you behind the 8 ball no matter what stage in your relationship you're in, is that something that you would want? And then you Sagittarius will be able to understand whether you can help them develop that to where they can be inspired themselves to change that, because they'll learn that it's not a very good thing to make a relationship work and last. Or is it that you Sagittarius are going to look at this and are you going to say, yeah, this is too much all at once. I better get out before it gets terrible. Because I've seen situations where myself, I've dodged some serious situations because of my own wisdom, because I just saw where this thing was going to go, right? I'm trying to get to know the person just as friends even. Just as friends, maybe, I don't know, just as friends, but maybe it may have developed, I don't know, right? I don't know as far as that. I didn't really care. All I know is, for right now, I'm not using my gift of seeing into that, but right now, just wanted to remain in the present. And the person spazzed out on me. So I'm sitting up here looking at the situation like, yo, I got to get out of this situation because this person, I don't know, fam. I don't know if this person thinks it's funny. Like, I don't. So I had to leave. Let's clarify So now you have the 5 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and then you Sagittarius have the Chariot. And you can now see from a mile away when someone is going to be a terrible match for you. I'm seeing how you Sagittarius are gaining so much insight, so much foresight, insight into yourself and who you are, what you want, and foresight, being able to know when something is going to be a problem later on down the road, to the point where you Sagittarius, you can see when something is starting to form a problem. This person, meaning that this person already has this problem, but they're just acting like they are healed because they're hanging out with you and you're new. And when they get more comfortable with you, now you'll see how wild they are. You'll see how they spaz now, how off their rocker, how loopy they are, right? So the thing is that the 10 of Pentacles and the Chariot is about, what type of time it is. You Sagittarius are becoming very good at being able to decipher that, see that on a person long before this becomes even more of a huge problem, a big problem, long before that. The reason why I'm saying that is because you're developing that foresight. You're understanding what type of time this is. That, hey, if this person has this much of a problem with this now, and this person isn't working on it, and they're not telling you that they're working on it, and you're not seeing any kind of progress, where's this relationship going to be if you get to the point where you are, if you get to the point of into that potential future, where would this thing be? And you can see it. Some people, you can see when they have a serious problem that you just got to get out. person yelling at me, I let it go at first because I'm like, okay, brush it off my shoulder. I don't know if the person was joking. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you don't want to essentially just fly off the rocker, be so sensitive, just start spazzing out, right? Then when the person did it again, and I'm like, yeah, I can't hang around you because I'm being patient with you, because obviously I don't want to be so sensitive and immediately just jump to it and be like, oh, you know, why X, Y, Z or whatever. But because at the same time, I didn't know if you were being serious, right? That's mixed up into it. But I let the person know, like, yeah, we ain't gonna be cool anymore because I'm not gonna allow you to make this into a habit. You yelling at me and spazzing out on. I mean, the person was. I mean, the person's like, oh, you know, it's your fault, and then here come the shame. It's your fault, X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? It's you. All this other stuff, and it's like this obtuse reaction to something so tiny, something so mean. The first time around, I talked about how wild TikTok is or whatever the case may be. The person spazzed out. Why are you taking this TikTok stuff so personally? And a homegirl of mine basically said it. She said that it's not even TikTok of itself. The truth is that it's the people who have the lack of integrity who come to TikTok and they make it a terrible place. And I had to give it up to her because I was like, I couldn't have said it better myself. You're right. You're 100%. Shout outs to you for that. You're 100% correct on that. You know? And so I let it go. Then the second time it happened, it was over something so small. And I'm just like, yo, no wonder why this person is single. No wonder why this person is by themselves. Like, yo, this person, as bad as this person is trying to make me seem, they really, like, whether this is a joke or if it's not, the fact of the matter is it's still dysfunctional no matter how you look at this. It still makes this person look bad no matter how you look at this. So I'm sitting up here really peeping game to this thing like, yo, this person's really kind of going wild. And the fact that this person took it a step further, that's the thing. That's one of the things that be having me leave. The fact that they'll say what it is that they gotta say, and then they'll take it too far. They'll go too far. They'll take it up a notch. They won't just take it a bridge too far. They'll take it into a planet too far, you know? We'll have disagreements, and then they'll take it a planet too far, my dear Sagittarius, by saying, oh, I feel like you're trying to take my identity away from me. Relationship over. Because you painting the picture. What you're trying to do is you're trying to create this narrative now that somehow I have a problem with ethnicities. Nope. What a joke. Me? You? That's so incorrect. That's so incorrect. That is incorrect. That me. Listen. Again, the solipsism. You know, that's the point that I'm trying to make, Sagittarius. The solipsism. It's like you don't even ask me. Excuse me. Let me get this right. You didn't even ask me questions to find out that I dated light-skinned, dark-skinned. You know what I mean? My sister's boyfriend at the time has a cousin that was so dark or whatever, so dark-skinned or whatever. I thought she was beautiful. Cute. The dark skin just added to it. Just the same thing with light skin. The same thing with pale if the person is attractive. The same thing with blue eyes. The same thing with curly hair pattern like mine. The same thing with such and such. The same thing with you know, learning 8 different languages: English, Spanish, Latin, Japanese, Chinese, Croatian, Russian, and Vietnamese. Wait, did I say Portuguese? Did I say Portuguese? Anyway, Portuguese too, right? If I don't know if I don't remember if I said it, but the point is that Portuguese, right, as well. It's like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, you're learning to see this stuff really coming. Like, nah, you can't be around this. This person is kind of this person is kind of loopy. So the thing is that the Ten of Swords and the Page of Cups right here is about how and that's a huge problem too, is if they start off worshiping you. That's not something that you would want. That's a huge, like, that's a huge sign that you should stay away, is if they worship you. Yeah, you should strive to be respected, but not worshiped. Once you start getting into the realm of worship, every time I've seen somebody kind of worship me, it got to weird territory, because they give you all this adoration and worship, specifically worship up front, and unasked for adoration and worship. Like, you just want to be respected and stuff like this, but then they do too much. And then later on down the road, now they have to rebalance themselves by disrespecting you all kind of ways imaginable. That's a dub, yo. That's lame. So this is also a problem too, if that's what it is that you want to know. One of the things that you really want to watch out for is if a person worships you. Admiration and true adoration are 2 different things compared to worship. Worship is like the unnecessary form of extreme admiration. They admire you, and it's delusional, right? True admiration is based upon traits and skills and the value that you actually bring to the table, the understanding of said value, right? So let's clarify the Ten of Swords and then get out of here. Matter of fact, let's clarify the Hierophant and then get out of here. Let's clarify the Hierophant and get out of here. The Queen of Swords, the Nine of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 5 of Swords, to clarify the Hierophant. The Queen of Swords, the 9 of Wands, and the 6 of Pentacles, right? Part of the reason why they do this is because they want you to be comfortable. They want you to go to sleep. They want you to accept them. And then that way, then they can work their way in and start to make changes to your life in ways that you, Sagittarius, wouldn't really want. And then you have the 7 of Cups and the 5 of Swords, right? Then the next thing you know, they're going to start dubbing you while you're in a relationship with them, right? What does dubbing you while you're in a relationship look like? You're still technically in a relationship with them, but they're doing things to embarrass you. They're going out of their way to embarrass you in public. They refuse to understand that they're the butt of the jokes, while at the same time trying to make it seem like you're the butt of the joke when they're the one that's being a bot. So this reading is about you, Sagittarius, learning your standards, knowing your worth. And you, Sagittarius, definitely deserve to be in a relationship that with someone that respects you, especially if you've been doing the work, than to be with somebody that's all they're going to do is waste your time.